Peace, greetings, and good evening, everyone who is catching this as the recording that it will soon become. Thank you for joining me as I am talking about this important topic, having this discussion. And thank you for your patience as I give it some time to allow people to see that I've gone live and to get on here and join me. Greetings to all of you who are joining me. I do hope that you all have time this night to stay on with me as I talk about this good stuff. It's good healing stuff. Hey everyone. I don't have my glasses on. It's a little difficult to see your names and things, but thank you for getting on. Hey. Nice to see you all. Y'all are so amazing. Peace and love. And in the before I get into everything, for those of you who are catching this as the recording, I'm just giving a little bit of time, letting some time pass to let people know that I've gone live. I am going to be discussing mirror work, as you can see from the title. And what I'm really going to be talking about is the things that I've been posting up recently. So for those of you who are on, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Instagram has been, just within the past couple of days, has been lessening my viewership. I don't know if I'm shadow banned or what's really going on in that particular area, but it does seem that way. And this is what really even propelled me to do this live, because I put up a post today that I feel is very important for people to see and read and understand, because this particular post that I put up, and I am going to read it, it's been something that has been coming to me over the years actually, but it's been a bit difficult to really convey and put it into words, to translate it. And I feel as though, I know that there's going to be more things for me to translate it even more clearly, but I feel as though what I was recently given gives a great context to it and gives a good understanding to being mirrors. Excuse me, I just had my dinner, so just a little throat stuff happening. So in the enlightenment communities, conscious communities, awakened communities, we hear this concept all the time. Everything that is happening in your life is a reflection of who you are. You need to heal yourself and your inner world and the way that you see things, so on and so forth. We hear this all the time, and it is absolutely true. Now, we hear things in regards to being mirror reflections of one another, and this is absolutely true as well. We are mirror reflections to one another. Our relationships are mirror reflections to who we are. But I feel as though people get a bit misconstrued with this concept and with this understanding, because they feel as though if I am being mirrored, isn't the person going to be like me, act like me, look like me, talk like me, and do what I do? And that's not necessarily the case. Even when we are looking in the mirror ourselves, we are not seeing the fullness of who we are. It's kind of like your right is your left. You know, it's like an inverted type of a deal that is happening. And even so much so that there's something called the true mirror that has come out. There's a true mirror in a museum. I forget where it's at, but anyways, when you look in this mirror, it's showing you what people actually see when they are looking at you. And there's an app called True Mirror that you can download on your phone. And when you look at it, you could feel a little distorted. When you look at it, you can see your imperfections. You can see how your face is not as symmetrical as you thought it was. Or sometimes you can see that your face is more symmetrical than you thought it was, so on and so forth. And when people look into the true mirror, sometimes they have some type of an enlightenment or spiritual experience. I did download the True Mirror app to my phone, and I did some mirror work on myself, and it did feel kind of like weird. I just felt like a little like, I don't know. It was an interesting feeling, an interesting experience for myself. So Now, when it comes to understanding that we are mirrors to each other, we have to understand the inversion effect. And I'm going to read my post that I posted up for those of you who have not seen it. And for those of you who have read it, it's always good to read it twice, 3 times, 4 times to grasp the understanding that much more. So I have my Facebook actually pulled up, and I'm going to read it from there. So the title to the post is "The Mirror Theory is an Inversion." Okay? Being a mirror in life doesn't mean you will attract you as exactly how you are to yourself in your mind. There's more of an inversion effect that takes place, and you really want to understand the definition of inversion when it comes to this. So I am going to actually pull it up rather than just giving it to you from my own understanding. I'm going to read the inversion definition from the dictionary. So an inversion is a reversal of position, order, form, or relationship, such as a change in a normal way, a normal word order, especially the placement of a verb before its subject. It's reversed, okay? So inversion is kind of like some type of reverse of something, all right? Okay, so there's more of an inversion effect that takes place. If you see yourself as a solution to a problem, you will be reflected the problem back to you. Life is always seeking balance. So what I mean by this is that if you see yourself as being the person to stop racism, right? You're like, I'm the one that's going to bring an end to racism in the world. Well, you're the solution, right? So now you're going to see racism all the time because your ego is going to seek to validate itself. It's going to be like, okay, where's racism? Where's racism? Because that's what I stand by. That's what I know that I need to fix in this world. So the universe is going to allow that to be reflected onto you over and over again, okay? And this is kind of like mathematics. And life is very mathematical in its way of expression. But when it comes to math, if there's a solution, that means that there is a problem, okay? So this is the mirror. The mirror is not another solution, all right? When you're doing a math problem and say you're doing 2 plus 5 equals 7, 4 plus 3 equals 7. That's not necessarily the mirror effect. The mirror is going to be the problem in the solution, all right? So life is always seeking balance. The reflection of the doctor is not a nurse. It's a patient. So you want to be a doctor? Guess what? You're going to be seeing a lot of patients in your life. That's who you're going to mirror reflect, and they're going to mirror reflect your work to you. The reflection of the teacher is not the principal, it's the student. The reflection of the codependent empath is an egotistical narcissist. The reflection of the guru is lost souls. So if you are an empath, you are a loving person. You're very sensitive. You're kind. You want to help others. You're codependent. You don't even feel as though you have much of an identity unless you're helping someone solve their issues in your life. That's what codependency is having to live through being some form of service to another person, okay? And the reflection of that, it's kind of like you being empty to a degree or seeking validation or something of the sort. So the reflection of that would be an egotistical narcissist, someone that is full of themselves. You're not full of yourself, so the reflection is you're going to get somebody that is full of themselves, and you guys are going to reflect each other back to each other. All right? And so the reflection of the guru is the lost soul. You think that you're Buddha or whatever, you're this healer that's come to bring enlightenment to the world. Well, if you are that person, you're going to attract a lot of people that need you to bring them enlightenment and things of the sort. So you're going to attract a lot of lost souls. So the paradox of this truth is to get you to learn how to just be, just exist. Something that I like to call plant consciousness. All right. When you think you have a solution to something, you will continuously run into the problem of it to work your theory and to affirm your knowing and your identity with knowing it, which is your ego. You are the solution. Yes, it is true. Yet with you finding and creating the solution, you are also the problem. With no solution, there is no problem to fix. We did not lie to you when we said you create your reality. Understand the reflection in the mirror is an inversion. All right. So this is really the concept. This is really what I was meaning by this post. And it could be a bit complex for many people who are just now coming into this, new age way of thought or whatever, ancient way of thought and all of these things, accepting these new principles and things of the sort. But this is some real life stuff. Oftentimes I'm talking to people who are gentle, kind, loving spirits. They really want to help people. They are very genuine, and they tend to run into a lot of people who are full of themselves, who are narcissistic, who are so focused on themselves. But that's because the universe is trying to create that balance with that person that is always there for other people and things like that. And so that person could then become can then start to see like, okay, let me do more for me. Now, another thing is that people that deal with codependency, that are empaths, often don't understand that they're dealing with their ego. We're always thinking that the ego is something that is boastful, something that is all about showing off and all about talking about how great it is and things of the sort. But also the ego, codependency is someone dealing with an ego issue, but their ego is just wrapped up in their way of being able to help another person or be of some type of servitude to another person. They have their identity wrapped up in being the most efficient person. And sometimes this happens, like narcissists and codependents are exactly the same. Like, a codependent wants to be so proficient and be Captain Save-A-Ho to a person so much that they almost render the person, the narcissist, unable to survive without them. So they're like, if I am washing his clothes and I'm doing this for him and I'm doing that, he will never forget me. He's going to always know that I'm important. I know I'm using a woman as an example for the empath, whatever. it could be reversed. But yeah, so that codependent can is dealing with their own ego, and they want to help somebody so much for that person to say that they are important and to validate them. Now the narcissist is just like the codependent. The narcissist is codependent, okay? Because what is a narcissist without another person? So that just shows the codependency right there. It's the need to live through another person, the need to be validated based upon another person worshiping them or allowing them to control them or whatever the heck it is. It's still codependency. It's still you dealing with another person. So codependents are narcissistic and narcissists are codependent. They're mirror reflections of each other, okay? Even though they have very different character traits and the codependent isn't trying to control a person in a dogmatic way, they're still trying to control the person, but it's just in a subliminal way. Like, oh, if I do this and if I do that for them and if I care for them like this and if I'm this great person and they're seeing me like this and if I wear my hair like that and I smell good like this and my body looks like that and I talk like this and they're gonna love me and da-da-da-da-da. It's still about satisfying your ego and you getting attention, okay? So y'all are mirror reflections to each other. The guru, that self-proclaimed guru that is coming to save the world and all of that stuff, they're trying to get their ego validated too. Okay, and these lost souls, they're dealing with the issues within themselves, and they're causing havoc in life because of their ego. It's all ego, 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 ego. But if we develop more plant consciousness, garden our consciousness, we will begin to allow life to just be and just bloom. Like, the Creator wants us to be in these beautiful human bodies, to observe human existence, to live human life, and to come here and like, wow, well, what can I create today? And oh, look at this that I created. Look at the trees. Look at the birds. Oh my gosh, the sky is so pretty. Oh, this is water. Oh, it feels so good on my skin. Doesn't water feel good? Like, that's feeling and being and existing like that is what we are working our way to in this life. We're not trying to fix anything or be anything. We're just blooming like the flowers, like the trees, like the plants around us. Plants have the highest form of intelligence, and they just are existing. They chilling while we over here scrambling, trying to pay bills and freaking out. And they're just like, I breathe, and when the fall comes, my leaves fall down, and then when the spring comes, I shine again. And so we need to take more of this understanding on, because it's counterintuitive to see so many problems with yourself or with the world that you need to fix, because all you're going to do is attract the problems to yourself. And we're learning in this life to not live from the outside in, but live from the inside out. That's what the 12,000 year procession of Cancer is teaching us. Live from the inside out. Who you are, when you see issues in your life, or you see you're attracting certain types of people that are not healthy for you, take that upon yourself to take a step back from certain things and really work on healing yourself and loving yourself and really filling your cup up. I know we're getting so burnt out hearing about self-love, but it is so real. Really take it upon yourself to do the necessary works to love yourself, and to not see so many issues in the world, but to just exist. And when you do that, when you stop trying to be the solution and stop seeing all these problems and complaining about this and complaining about that, the problems will go away. They will go away. And I'm learning this so much within my own life. Like, I was obsessed about my skin, and right now I'm not wearing any like foundation on my skin or anything like that. And I would have like pimples, and I'm like trying to get the most perfect skin. But when I just stopped being so concerned about aging, I'm 34 now. When I was 26, I was so concerned about aging and not aging and anti-aging. When I was so concerned about aging and not aging, I started to age, because and I learned this when I was like 9 years old. I had stopped praying to Jesus. I was raised Christian. I stopped praying to Jesus when I was a young girl, because I was like, every time I pray to Jesus, the opposite happens. The reverse happens. And it just made me feel like, okay, let me just not ask for nothing. Because what happens with the universe, how it works, is anything that you are asking for, the universe, since we are gods, the universe is going to snatch it from you and teach you how to build and create it for yourself. And then comes that whole thing like, I didn't know what I had until it was gone experience. And that just takes us right back to the appreciating of things, and that takes us right back to just existing. I'm learning this so much in my life, in tremendous ways in my life, and it feels so good. I feel so free. Just showing up and just doing what I have to do. Now, I want to give before I let you all go, I am going to answer some questions that you all may have at the end of this segment. And you're welcome. I'm seeing certain comments. You all are very welcome. Oh, and the app that I was talking about is called True Mirror. True Mirror. Okay. So let me see some of these things. Clarity of self. Give thanks. This is so good. Peace and light. Plant consciousness, love it. Ashe, goddess. Thank you all. Yes, indeed. So I'm going to read some of your comments at the end if you have any questions, because I am going to share this to IGTV, and y'all know how it is. Like, they y'all comments, the people that are on live, y'all comments will go away. So I'm going to shout them out, shout your names out and things like that, so we could at least keep some type of a memory for it. Yeah, it may be called truth mirror. Truth mirror sounds right. I know I'm saying true mirror, but it could be truth mirror. It's the same thing. So this exercise I'm going to give you guys, I posted this last week and I wanted to explain it more. I had some people asking if I could get on and actually explain how to really do it. I thought that when I put up the post, I thought it was very easy to read and understand, but I understand when we need verbal communication to understand things as well. So we're going to go on ahead and get into that. Where is this post? Give me one moment. I think I passed it up. Oh, I didn't pass it up. It is here. Okay. So this particular assignment work, this is mirror work. And I know we hear a lot about mirror work in the spiritual communities. And what I find really awesome to do, another exercise when it comes to mirror work, is if you actually are looking in the truth mirror, like you had mentioned, that Truth Mirror app, downloading the Truth Mirror app, looking into the Truth Mirror and listening to a video or reading something that is helping you heal from your own internal mental wounds and things. So if you're healing from any type of a personality disorder, like schizophrenia, narcissistic personality disorder, codependency, borderline personality disorder, a fearful attachment style, anxious attachment style, any of your actual issues that you have, it's really good if you look in a mirror or you look in a video or something like that, and you are looking at yourself, or you're listening to a video that's talking about how to overcome the issue that you have. There's some type of a connection that you're going to make with yourself, with your soul, to come through and to restore. It's very powerful. Sometimes it could be a bit intense, especially with looking into the truth mirror. It could be a bit intense doing that, but it is very healing, y'all. Okay, so let me put my glasses back on, because your girl has a very strong first eye, which kind of sometimes hampers the optical eyes. All right, so this post says, this is actually what somebody reshared my post. Hold on one second. And there's another one. Okay, here we go. Accountability is power. I created this exercise this weekend and it changed my life. I snatched the power right back from everyone who I gave bits to. I know in the self-help communities, we speak about mirroring a lot and how people are reflections of ourselves, yet there isn't much out there showing us how to do the mirror work. This exercise is amplified if you sit looking in a mirror for about 10 minutes after writing it down. So this particular exercise, you guys could check out my Instagram for this. I posted it on the 17th of March. If you all know me on Facebook, it's posted on Facebook on the 17th of March. And so what it is, what I said in the post, it says, write down the top 5 people that are currently in your life or on your mind that spark emotions in you. Happy, sad, mad, jealous, any emotion. Then briefly write your experience with them. Then write what you learn from them, what they are coming to teach you about yourself. This is a form of mirror work. Know who you're magnetizing in your life and why. So when I came to speaking about how to do the work, I gave an example of 5 people. This is not what I'm dealing with. These are not people that I know. These are made up names. And I'm going to give more context because I did it very briefly because I was just trying to write it and put it out there. So the first name is Javad. Javad intimidates me at work. So this is what I'm experiencing with Javad. I'm working with Javad. When I'm doing my work, I'm showing my presentations. He's like making comments and snars. And when he gets up, his presentation tends to be a lot more thorough than my own. And he seems to know the work very well. And so what I'm learning from Javad is how to speak up more. I'm learning to work on myself and my confidence. And I'm learning to put more energy into the work that I am doing so that I could speak more confidently, so that I could have more context. So this is taking the power from JVOD rather than him intimidating me. Oh no, he's just teaching me that I need to be more proficient and efficient when it comes to the work that I do. That's all that JVOD is. Don't get too caught up with the physical manifestations in the human beings that the universe utilizes for you to learn the things that you need to learn in your reality. Don't get too caught up on them, okay? They are just mirror reflections to who you are and to what you need to learn, all right? This is why I like spending a lot of time by myself. Not that I'm afraid to learn lessons or anything like that, but I just know that there are things that I am healing from, so I'm, working on them. But it is good, especially if you have the North Node in the 9th house or the North Node in Sagittarius. It is important for you guys to go out there and have experiences that teach you these things, okay? So the next example is Amber. Amber annoys me with little things. Like, she just does a bunch of a little annoyance, nuanced little things, and asks me a bunch of questions about nonsense and all of these things. Now, Amber is igniting my annoyance and irritation trigger, okay? But Amber is teaching me with my interaction with her. I am learning patience. But why am I learning patience? Because I want to have children one day. And so with having children, I know that it is important for me to develop a level of patience, because children are going to do a bunch of little annoying things. I can't be ticked off by every single thing that they do. So this is the mirror. Amber is the mirror to that. And even JVOD being a mirror to intimidating me at work. I want to be more confident in my life in general, more confident with my job, but I eventually want to start my own business. Well, if I want to start my own business, I'm going to have to be able to deal with so many different types of personalities, and some of those personalities may be difficult to deal with. I'm going to have to, there's so many things that come with starting your own business. So for those of you who are aspiring entrepreneurs and you're still working a regular 9 to 5 and you're dealing with some very challenging personalities, take those personalities as this person is helping me to learn how to deal with this type of a personality, because you may have a client that is difficult. And when you're an entrepreneur, you just deal with so many different personalities. You don't know who's coming left or right, okay? Now, Leonard copies everything I do. Well, what does that teach you when somebody's copying you? You know what I've come to realize, what I've come to find when people copy me? Because I deal with people copying me all the time, and it is very annoying. I'm not going to even sit up here and act like it's not annoying, but it's not as annoying anymore because of what I've come to when it comes to people copying me. Now, when I see people are copying me, that is showing me that I'm a teacher. I am no longer a subordinate. I'm no longer on the same peer level. This means that I have graduated and I'm teaching people how to be this way. So now that's showing me that it's time for me to level up in my life. I've left that paradigm, and now it's time for me to go to this next level. That's what copying looks like to me, because when you're in school, right, when you're like in the 5th grade and you're wearing a Pokemon shirt, and now everybody's wearing Pokemon shirts, well, that's what your peer group is doing. You guys are doing that. That means that you guys are on the same level. But if people are looking at you specifically and they're copying you and what you're doing specifically, that means you are the one teaching them something. Now you're being called to come to a level of making some money off of what they're copying you, teaching people how to do this, deliberately teaching and directly affecting this, or you're being called to disengage in some type of a way and really become your most authentic expression that people can't copy. And because people, what do they copy? They copy your styles. They copy your hairstyle. They copy the way that you dress. They copy the business stuff that you do. They may copy even certain business models and the way that you do your business. But when you deal with a copy, this is a mirror reflection of telling you that it is important for you to become the most authentic version of yourself possible. But That's with your energy. No one can copy your authentic energy. You could watch this video 1,063 times and you could say all of these words how I am saying them in my tone of voice and everything, but you will never be able to emit the vibrational frequency of who I am. And so when you're dealing with people who are copying you, that is what that mirror is telling you. It's time to express your most authentic energy. And that really invites and encourages others to become their most authentic selves as well. So then they start to disengage from copying you and they start to find their own thing. Okay. So the next one I said, Ebony crosses my personal space. And this is something that I was dealing with on a personal level. I had someone that was in my life always trying to have me do favors for them and be at my house, be in my personal space and things of the sort. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this person is so annoying. Why is this person doing this? And but I came to realize that I have a boundary issue. Sometimes I don't have any boundaries. Sometimes I don't say no. I have the Libra South Node, so I could be a bit of a people pleaser. I could be too nice, and I could be very much so accepting. Don't try me though, because I do exercise my North Node in Aries. Okay, I will say no. But this particular individual in my reality was kind of overstepping my boundaries, and what that taught me to do, instead of being a codependent people pleaser as I can be, it just had me saying, okay, you know what? No. And it hurt. And I'm I said no, and not even going back to the phone and just letting it be. So, and I'm going to tell you guys what the beautiful thing after I finish the last example. Okay. So Jeremy, I feel obsessed with him. I'm dreaming about him all the time. It's funny, I use my first love's name. My first love when I was 12 years old. But okay, so I feel obsessed with Jeremy. I keep thinking about him. He's so incredible. He's so great. I keep dreaming about him. Can't get him off of my mind. And it's an unhealthy obsession because he's not even reciprocating the energy back to me. What's going on with this? So this is showing you that you don't have enough self-love, that you're codependent, you got some internal healing work that you need to do. And what else did I write here? Just learning to love yourself and heal from those invalidated emotional wounds that may have been placed on you in childhood. Now, why is this so important? And why is mirror work so powerful? I'm going to tell you. This is so important. This is so powerful because we are in a 12,000 year procession of Cancer, as I have mentioned. Cancer, the sign Cancer itself, literally rules all reflective surfaces and rules mirrors. Well, if we're in a 12,000 year procession of that, that's what life is right now. And when you are doing mirror work, you're taking accountability for the things that you are attracting in your life. You start to become a much more purified version of yourself, that the things that you're attracting are going to be you attracting healthy. You're emitting a healthy vibration of yourself, and you're attracting healthy experiences. Now, I do know that I was talking about like the codependent, being a nice person, a loving person, and wanting to do well by others. But remember, I was telling y'all that being a codependent, overly nice person that doesn't have boundaries and doesn't know how to say no, that is not healthy. Just because you're nice and loving, as a matter of fact, the word nice means to be stupid anyway. So that doesn't mean that, well, I'm a good person, so I should start attracting good things. No, just because you're a good person doesn't mean that you're necessarily healthy. Okay, there is definitely a difference. All right, I'm a good person, but I will tell you no. I am a good person, but I will tell you, if you miss your appointment, you will incur a $50 rescheduling fee. I will tell you that. Okay, so I will give you your money back if I feel that your energy, your vibrational frequency is too toxic for me to deal with at that particular time. I will block you. I will cut you off. That does not mean that I am a bad person. I don't care if you my mother, my sister, my twin. If you are somebody that I don't need to deal with in my life, I will cut you off, and I will cut you off indefinitely in my reality, all out of the sake of being a loving person. I love you, so I'm giving you space from me. I love me, so I'm giving you space, me space from you. Okay, so don't think that, oh well, I'm over giving to everyone. I'm self-sacrificing, so I should be attracting people that are self-sacrificing to me. No, remember, the mirror to a self-sacrificing, codependent person is a narcissist, because you're over here self-sacrificing because of your own ego, because you want to be validated through your self-sacrificing ways. So that's counterintuitive, counterproductive, and all of that good stuff. So let me answer any of your guys' questions. Thank you all so much for listening to this. If you have any questions, I'm going to be on here for about another 10 minutes answering questions. If you do want to get a counseling session, an astrology session with myself, you feel free to check out my website. It is under construction. I'm getting a new one built and all of that, but you can still book me. If you all are on Instagram watching this, you can go to my bio and click on my Linktree link and book a session with me, or you could go to astrologicschool.com and book a session with me from there. Now, when I do give my astrology readings, I am giving you divine wisdom and insight from the universe. Everything that I speak, I don't even share it unless I filtered it through the universe. If you guys feel that my posts are full of wisdom and like, wow, how did she put those together and this and that, it's still astrology. I know that recently I haven't been saying, oh, astrology this or Mercury retrograde that and blah, 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 blah. But still, even the wisdom that I'm sharing with everyone still comes from astrology. I'm just translating it, okay? Okay, so we all buying your book of wisdom. Oh, thank you. It will be coming out soon. Thank you so much. I caught the end, but for what was for me, I appreciate it. And I will be sharing this to IGTV, and I am going to attempt to download it and post it on Facebook. I really love this message. It means so much to me because another thing, understanding, accepting, and appreciating the paradoxes of life is how we can find true peace and how we can become more centered. And even when it comes to the whole mirroring thing, like being the guru and seeing all the issues in the world or wanting to be the one to end racism, but you're seeing racism, really face your own biases inside of yourself. And we'll talk more about that, like how to take those issues or your solution and turn it more inward and heal those problems. Because when you turn it more inwards, then you become more stable, you become more centered and more grounded. And that's the prayer pose, right? Like, okay, you're not over here seeing it out there and all this chaos being reflected to you. Okay, so thank you came on at the end. I learned so much. What do the charts say about cryptocurrencies? Yes, cryptocurrency is something that you all should take your time with, learn it. It can be very frustrating and very irritating, but you should really learn about cryptocurrencies and get yourselves involved and start buying up cryptocurrencies. It is a part of the age of Aquarius, and it is a part of that transit of Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Okay, I wish everyone was into this. No, you don't. You just have to wish everyone well on their journey of evolution, okay? Be at peace with knowing that everybody is perfect, because everybody is going through the experience that they need to go through in their life in order for their own journey to unfold in the way that it needs to unfold for themselves. Okay, everyone is perfect. We're all divine. This is all a part of the story. It's already written in the stars. You know, this whole thing, us being asleep and not knowing and all of this stuff, this is freaking beautiful. We're getting an opportunity to live out the creator's story. How lucky are we? Okay, may you share your perspective on non-monogamous relationships. Non-monogamous relationships are very beautiful. They are a part of the age of Aquarius. If that is something that you want to embrace in your life, you definitely should. Now, when it comes to one-sided non-monogamous relationships, I'm not one that's going to participate in anything of the sort because I don't feel that it's open and fair enough. Yet, if you feel like you're a polygamous or a polygynous woman where you're with a man who has multiple wives, and that's something that it makes sense for you vibrationally to not have another man, and you're okay with your husband being with others, and you like the whole idea of sisterhood and family in that magnitude, you should definitely do it. And I do feel that poly type relationships do help with ego work and things of the sort. They definitely do. This is the same for polyandry. If you're a man and you're dating a woman who has another man in her life and you all are faithful to her, this could be teaching you brotherhood, teaching you how to lessen your ego and things of the sort. And but if you're polyamorous, where you're dating multiple people and your partners can date who they want to date and all of that type of stuff. Now, for me personally, that's not something that I want to do. I've done polyandry before. I'm not interested in those types of concepts for myself. I prefer that one-on-one connection. I don't got time to filter your mama drama, his mama drama, and all of y'all wounds. I'm still healing me. I have enough space for just one other person right here, okay? And my children. I have books to write. I have things to do. I have languages to learn. I have classes to take and to teach. I don't got time for all of y'all, okay? But yeah, I think poly relationships can be very beautiful as long as everyone is open and honest about what they want and what they're doing. Okay, so Ashe, what or how, and who asked that? I can't read y'all names. I'm so sorry. I don't even have my glasses on, and y'all be having some confusing names. What or how is Aries and Cancer related at this time? Aries and Cancer makes a square that is an unfavorable aspect. It could be quite difficult, a very challenging type of a relationship. You all could bring up each other's emotional wounds and things like that. Can't get past the past. There could be power struggles within this type of a relationship, feeling of one person being selfish, the other person being overgiving, all of those kinds of things. But this particular type of a dynamic could be very powerful for work. And this is on a superficial level, just on the sun signs. I don't know y'all charts to know all of the planets and the components because y'all might be perfect together. But working together is really good. This particular relationship is definitely teaching you all the importance and how to actually mature and grow up in your lives. Okay, and I learned so much. So what's the purpose related to being or existing when talking of this mirror reflection? So let me say this again. The question is, so what is purpose related to being or existing when talking of this mirror reflection? So that is such a perfect question. I just thank you so much for even asking that question, because it's kind of like, okay, well, if I'm just a mirror, I just got to work on myself, then how am I going to have a life purpose and things like that? Well, that's still you doing mirror work. So our purpose is found within our healing, and mirror work allows you to heal. So if you are doing your mirror work and you find your purpose within doing your mirror work, other people are also learning, growing, and expanding and evolving in their life. And they may come to you and as you're sharing just your insights in life and things like that, and they want to also come, unfold within their realities and things like that, then that's you expressing and living to your life path and purpose. Like, say for instance, myself, I'm an astrologer. This is what I do for a living, but I'm not sharing astrology in a way that I'm saying, oh, there's a bunch of issues in the world that people don't know astrology. No, but astrology is something that has allowed me to find freedom in my life, allow me to heal and restore and evolve. So it's something that I share with everybody else in the world, and astrology has allowed me to understand so much wisdom within life in general. So I'm sharing these messages that I'm receiving from, downloading from the universe, and when I'm doing my predictions and people are coming to me seeking out my counsel because of my understanding of it, but it's not me saying, oh, there's issues in the world or anything like that, where I'm like trying to find an issue in life that I have to solve. So I hope that answers that question. If it doesn't, do let me know. Okay, you do for another session? Well, I'm here, sis. Well, you was spitting. Thank you. The best. Thank you. Hi. What's your view on monogamous relationships? I think that monogamous relationships are absolutely beautiful. And people talk down about monogamous relationships often. Like, oh, that's not natural and blah, 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 blah. Look, monogamous relationships has always been the main way that people have related to one another. The main way. Yes, other forms of relationships have been present. Polyandry, polygyny, polygamy, polyamory, those have been present. They have been more shunned and shamed and shut down. But people have always, monogamy has always been the main way that people have dated and related to each other. And you could even just understand it when you're a child, when you're in kindergarten and you catch feelings for another person, and there's a bunch of other people around, but there's still that special person that you feel something for. You know what I'm saying? And when you feel those special feelings for that person, you want that person to feel those special feelings for you. Doesn't mean that you don't have friends and you don't have family, you don't have sisters and brothers and cousins and all of these things, but still that there's that special person that you feel this type of a unique connection to. And when somebody tries to share their milk with them or whatever, their cookies, you get mad, you get jealous. Those feelings of jealousy are a natural thing that arises. So yeah, monogamy has always been the number one way of dating and relating. Okay, I know that's right. Facts. Yes, I was just about to say that. Funny you said that because Cancer was the first sign that comes to mind. Free gems. Wow, I'm learning to say no more and let that shit be. Ashe, 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 well, I'm experiencing someone copying everything I'm doing career-wise. Ooh, that's so annoying. That is so annoying. But see, even when you're dealing with somebody that is copying you career-wise, you better go on ahead. That's telling you to get professional with your stuff, get your copyrights, get your patents and all of that, and sue they monkey ass. Okay? Do that. Straight up. Inspirational facts. Greetings. Wow, I have an amber, and this is exact realization. Working on patience now. That's so funny. Yes. You told me that in my last reading because I was caught up and it helped me. Ashe, that's so beautiful. Thank you so much, beloved. And let me see if we have any more. That mirror exercise helped a lot, by the way. I learned a lot about myself. I didn't realize how much of myself I needed to work on. Ashe, I miss you, Queen. Who missed me? Who that is? Peace, love. I miss you too. So true. I love this. So happy I tuned in. Grateful for you allowing the divine to share through you. Oh, thank you, beloved. Yes, this is true for me. Facts. Da 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 da. How do you keep yourself from being drained while assisting others in their spiritual journey? Or when you are drained, what do you do about it? Beautiful question. So, that's important. I actually have come to realize that I have as many allergies as I do because of the work that I do. This is something that I share with people when I'm doing sessions talking about food. Our gut is our first brain. We're created through an umbilical cord, okay? So with our gut being our first brain, with us being created through an umbilical cord, it is important to understand that the gut processes so many things, all right? And you are what you eat. Now, if you're consuming foods that are hard to break down and process, and your body, your gut is just going to place things in miscellaneous areas, this is going to send information, mix signals to your brain, anxiety and things like that. Also understand that your physical body is your subconscious mind. This is why when you experience some type of a synchronistic event, you feel it in your body, or you get a gut instinct, you feel it in your gut. When you feel emotion, something like hurts you here, you know what I'm saying? There goes that gut. So, when you are eating a bunch of toxic food, you're eating your feelings, you're eating your emotions, you're suppressing them. And now you're shutting off what your mama said negative about you in your liver, in your gallbladder, in your shoulder, in your chest, in your stomach, in your neck. It's getting trapped in you. But when you're fasting, you're detoxing and you're cleansing, your physical body is your subconscious mind. So you're not just cleansing on a physical level, you're cleansing on an emotional, mental, spiritual, and energetic level as well. So one of the main things that I do is I eat a pure and clean diet. So I don't have to, my body isn't like, oh, I don't got time to process that argument you had. I'm still trying to break down these burgers and fries. Like, what do you mean, fam? I have no energy for that. My body, since it doesn't have to process all these heavy foods, it can process, the readings that I'm doing with people. I'm a clear channel, and I drink nothing but water and tea. I'm allergic to fruit, so I don't drink fruit juice or anything like that. I only drink water and tea. So I'm able to pass everybody's stuff. Now, what I do on a physical level, more things that I do on a physical level. I use the restroom, I burn Palo Santo, sage. I take showers. If I've had a very, very heavy day, I do like some type of a shower and spiritual bath to release the energy. But I have 2 cats that live in my house, and I have to have cats. They get on my last nerve. I love cats. I'm a cat person. Y'all could call me Cat. But I have to have cats, because cats clear your space, your energy, so that your body won't be possessed. This is why the ancient Egyptians revered cats in such a high light, because they knew how spiritual and majestic cats are. So that's those are some things that I do. I keep crystals on me. I'm wearing my lapis lazuli mala, so that I'm speaking truth and I'm speaking what needs to be spoken. And I also have this gigantic labradorite that's almost like 5 pounds that I keep when I'm doing readings with people. And I have like black crystals around and things like that. And I have my ancestral altar. But ultimately, even over all of those things, is me being pure with myself, me doing my work with myself, me being aligned with my spirit and the integrity of my spirit and my work and things like that. Because it's really, no one's demons could haunt you if you have made peace with your own, and if you are clear with yourself, and if you are doing your work. My spirit, me and my higher self, we like this. She like, nah, you get that, fam. Look, bam, let me lay it to you like this. Oh, you want that? Boom, boom, boom. Go on ahead and get that. Now you did that. Like, all right, go on ahead, go get some rest. Me and my spirit, we're A1 with each other. So I'm not gonna deal with somebody else's spirit. My spirit is gonna be like, my spirit is big, all of our spirit is big. Is really, all of our spirit is source at the end of the day. So my spirit sees me doing my work. It's not gonna, I don't need to learn the lesson of somebody else's stupidity coming in my life and their spirit trying to attack me. My spirit is like, okay, you could go. Okay, you can get on. But I'm going to tell you, the other night I did some heavy readings, and I just tried to go to sleep. I was like, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing nothing. I'm going to bed. I started dealing with that what is that sleep paralysis experience. And I was like, oh shoot, it must have got like flipped me up out my bed. Like, if you don't go on ahead and get in the shower and cleanse this energy off. And so, yeah, I dealt with that. But when it comes to being drained, the work that I do is extremely draining. I'm so happy that you mentioned that. This is why you could call me Cat. I sleep like a cat. I do sleep a lot. I have to sleep a lot. I have to get my rest. I do not go out and party and hang out at night. I do not go outside at nighttime. I am very much so a homebody person, and I get my rest. I have to. I would not be able to do what I do if I did not sleep. And I tend to take a nap before every very intense reading I'm going to have. If I have to do like a Supreme Deluxe Destiny reading, that I took at least a 20-minute power nap before I did that reading, so I could be fully clear. Okay, so this is all tuned in. Happy allowing. Okay, I read that. Why is cleansing so difficult? I don't know how you may be cleansing. It's not very difficult for me, but there are layers to it. That's for sure. Greetings from Atlanta. This is Moses. Hey, Moses. Do you practice energy healing, chi healing? I do. I don't do any specific techniques on any of that. I don't know any actual specific modalities to chi energy. I would like to learn some. My thing is just being as pure in my heart as I possibly can, as authentic as I possibly can, and honoring my ancestors through the way that I take care of myself, because I am a descendant of them. And I do my spiritual baths, and I do those types of things. I do exercise. I do some made up yoga. I do some breath work from time to time. I need to do more of that, and I do meditation. But I do a lot of psychological healing on myself. I do a lot of psychological healing, and that definitely restores the spirit. So difficult. I'm getting one ASAP. A black one, Ashe. Cats are spiritual and majestic. How about dogs? Dogs are pure energy vessels as well, but they don't like. So you know how people are like, cats don't do nothing. They just be in your house. They don't have to do anything because they're doing so many things behind the scenes. And cats get super active at night because they're fighting off all kind of demons and spirits. But dogs are, physical. They make you happy. They bring up your mood. That's what dogs do. Cats restore your heartbeat. They help rebuild and repair the tissues in your body. They help restore your brain. They purify your spirit and your energy and things like that. I like cats more than dogs, so do I. I want a cat, but I pray to get one. Nice, awesome, beloved, especially black cats. Yes, black cats are awesome. How do you act subconsciously that it doesn't have a negative or positive impact in your reality? What do you mean? I don't really understand that question. Do you see the destiny point for destiny reading? I do see the destiny point and I'm so happy you asked that though. Oh my gosh. So I was telling my daughter, I do not like reading actresses. I love reading actresses, don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of people that are coming into consciousness that are just trying to manifest things. And it's like they get the Supreme Deluxe Destiny reading. And the Supreme Deluxe Destiny reading is not just about you manifesting a career or anything like that. It's about you developing the qualities and character traits that you need to develop in your life for success in your life in general, whether that is with a career, whether that is just in life. I don't see success just as far as business success. Success is you truly being at peace and happy in your life. That is success. So the Supreme Deluxe Destiny reading is teaching you and showing you those qualities and character traits that you need to develop in order to ascend past this life. Now, naturally, when you're doing these things, you come into way of your like career and things like that, because the universe is abundant and the universe likes abundance and the universe likes to play. So if you are developing those qualities and character traits that you need to develop in your life in order for you to ascend in this life, usually that will take you to manifesting some type of success on a material level. Okay, so that's what it's about. But no, the purpose and the destiny is not pointless. I live my purpose every day, but I would not know my purpose if I did not do the healing work on myself. My purpose is what I'm sharing with you all today, translating the messages from the universe. When it comes to astrology, that is my purpose. I had to apply that to myself and see how my life has unfolded so much within doing so. And now I'm sharing it with those of you who are looking to utilize the universe within your realities to ascend as well. Okay. And let me clear that up. I love actresses. Do not get me wrong. Actresses are some of the most empathetic people on the planet, okay? And some of the most talented people on the planet. But when it comes to just this, I want to do this and my audition and just like that base level is just like, yeah, well, I'm gonna take you where you may not be ready to go. I know y'all heard about the law of attraction and rubbing two crystals together on the new moon or whatever, but I'm gonna take you to the depths of yourself. The universe is like, yeah, that's cool, but that's like cupcake stuff. Like, we do bigger things. Like, we become galaxies, and you know what I'm saying? We're not thinking about whether they call me back for Grey's Anatomy or whatever. Like, we do bigger things than that. And it takes a lot to do that, because there's a lot going on in here that we need to work out and configure and heal. Did you ever think connecting with ancestors was evil? If so, how did you change your view? So yeah, I used to think African spirituality was evil because I came from a Christian background, and but it was just always naturally a part of me being able to connect with spirits, but it was hard to really break away from Christianity. But when I watched Ashra Kwesi's The African Origins of Spirituality, it snatched Christianity right out my brain. Like, oh, that shit ain't real. Oh, okay. So this is the truth. It was just so clear and concise the way that he put everything together. That presentation was immaculate, and there was a part 1 and a part 2 to it. So when I learned that, when I watched that, everything was just clear for me. Any advice for transmuting a negative emotional experience? Yes. So, and I'm going to just read the last few. Nobody else post any more questions because I'm not going to answer anymore. I'm just going to read the ones that are here. So, transmuting a negative emotional experience. First of all, let me tell you guys, the most important thing in life, the purpose in life is to live, all right? The purpose of life is to live. The next thing when it comes to life on earth is to develop great processing of life. You're going through this life, you're going to learn things, you're going to become things, you're going to unfold. Things are going to shift, change, and happen. Those moments of good times, you're supposed to enjoy them, observe them, and love them. And when you go through a difficult emotional experience, those things are inevitable. We all will one day face the fact of our own demise, which is going to be an emotional experience, or the demise of someone that we love. You know, that's a heavy emotional experience. But so life on earth, is really important to develop good processing of reality. So when you're dealing with a heavy emotional experience, there are several things to do. First of all, to see yourself more as the energy version of yourself, knowing that you live forever and that this is just a particular time that is coming into your life. You're just experiencing this. It's not you, but you're experiencing this, okay? Now, another thing is to see what that particular experience is teaching you. Sometimes when we're going through heavy emotional experiences, they're teaching us what is really important. We could have been paying too much attention to superficial, non-important things in our lives, and now reality is trying to show us what is important, and that being, those your loved ones, your family, you're just existing, you're just being. And sometimes we're too caught up in the ego, too caught up in our identity of life, too caught up in what's happening in the world that the universe sends us an emotional experience so we can get back centered, so that we can get back to appreciation of the life that we have and just being the flowers of the universe that we are. Okay, so now when it comes to dealing with one, I highly recommend fasting and detoxing and changing your chemical structure, because if you're still consuming the foods that you were consuming when you dealt with the heavy emotional experience, guess what? You're going to still be in that vibrational mode. You're going to still be made up of the matter that resonated with that particular experience. Not saying that you have to cut all that food off entirely, but detox from that food for a particular time, maybe a week, a month or something, just to reset yourself. Because in emotional experience, our bodies don't just process our food, our bodies, they process our emotional experiences as well. So if you are staying away from food for a while, now your body has the energy to process this emotional experience. It doesn't have to spend so much of its time, effort, and energy breaking down the food at the same time. Highly recommend going to the water. The water is so healing. The water is the divine feminine essence. Water is the great mother. You can go inside of the womb of the great mother, which is in a bath, which is in the water, and she's going to hold you and she's going to give you different messages. She's going to heal you. Water is the most healing thing for me personally. Just taking a simple shower or a bath, and it's like washing those things away and washing the energy away, and then I just feel held by the mother's purification. Also, you definitely want to cry, because crying is like having an internal shower for your body and for your mind, for your soul. What do you think about the COVID vaccine? I'm not going to necessarily speak about that, but I ain't getting nothing that is an experiment. Straight up. Where can you find the link of that Dear Destiny reading? I have it on my website. The Supreme Deluxe Destiny reading is on my website. You could find it in my link tree. I think there's book a reading, and if you click on book a reading and you scroll down, you'll see the Supreme Deluxe Destiny reading. Greetings, beloved. Do you wear cat's eye stones? I see you have on the tiger's eye stones. What are the blue ones? The blue ones are lapis lazuli. Yeah, this is all lapis, and I have some black stones too to protect my energy. No, I don't wear cat's eye crystal. I wear tiger's eye. If I don't know if you're talking about tiger's eye, but yeah, I wear tiger's eye is really good for the first eye. My neighborhood, since I was little and still to this day, there's always a cat or two. Oh, that's beautiful. My solar return is Saturday. Ashe, happy birthday, beloved. I'm watching Grey's Anatomy right now. I'm crazy. That's so funny. Love your white onk. Where's my white onk? I have a white onk. Oh, back there. Okay, yes. Thank you. My best friend got that made for me. My best friend, the manifester on Instagram. Y'all should check her out. Gratitude. I'm attracted to your locks. Thank you. Facts Queen, yes. You are what you eat. Wow, yes, Queen, thank you. I love saunas. Yes, saunas are amazing. How do you prepare for the full moon? I don't really do much to prepare for the new or full moons. I don't. I will if I'm called to, if I want to, but I don't really do much. I do recommend, I mean, and I don't want to say that I don't prepare, but I don't consciously. I think that I've done that work so much over the years that I naturally come into alignment with it. But like we do have the full moon in Libra coming up, and I think that I just live this lifestyle of healing so much that I'm just naturally aligning with it. So with the full moon in Libra coming up, I've been really healing my own attachment issues. So I'm that's just what I'm like synchronized with the universe, and I'm working on healing my attachment issues. That's going to go along with what's coming up for the full moon. So I do recommend, because I did work with the new and full moons purposely and intentionally for years, but now I think it's just like a natural flow. Sometimes I will light a candle for the full moon or the new moon, or I will purify my crystals in the moonlight, or I will write my intentions for the new moon and then start implementing them the day after the new moon. I do things like that for the full moons. Sometimes I will do a fast or a detox or get rid of certain things that I don't need and things like that. I do those kinds of things. But I'm not like hell bent on anything. I'm not turning anything into a religion to where I don't feel like I'm free. If it's going to be too much, I'm not doing it. Are you single? Yes, I am single. In the corner. Oh, yeah. You're talking about the onk in the corner. Right. The hood always got a lot of cats around it. Congratulations. Your lifestyle. Same, naturally aligned. I feel that I'll do group stuff and friend stuff when invited. Yeah, it is nice to have some gatherings with the moon energy. Do know that full moons are about celebration, so this energy is about a celebration, and things can come to a height. Whatever you were dealing with before can come to an end, and now something can actually be brought to a higher level with the full moons. So all right, y'all, I've had such a great time with you all. Thank you so much for asking those questions. I hope that the answers have been able to enlighten the other people who didn't ask the questions. And I really love doing this work and just sharing these insights with you all. I do spend 99% of my time by myself, and when I get a chance to get on here, it feels like I'm getting an opportunity to connect with others. So it does feel really good. This is me going out to the club and partying, Just kidding. Okay, so yes, nevertheless, good night. I will see you all. Do share this if you can. Share with others, because like I said, I think that that IG is like shadow banning me or something like that. So share. Let people know that I'm here, giving this enlightenment and all that goodness. All right, peace.